I must say, we got one hell of a wagon there, you know. Fancy getting it for 2,700 quid. We could have got it for 2,000 if that geezer hadn't been so sweet on it. I got a thumping one.
Yeah, Benny's full of it.
Had the time of his life. Do you know I let him go and do some of the bidding? He was going on and on. He'd have got rid of his 25 grand if I hadn't stopped him.
Hey, what are the advertising?
Well, I've made a few inquiries, you know. I think it's going to cost us a bit.
I told you.
Well, I'll make a few calls in a minute. I'll get a few more estimates.
There's a thumping great van stuck in the middle of the forecourt. Do you know anything about it? What's it doing there?
Not much.
Well, whose is it?
Ah, well, there you have it.
Is there something going on?
Thing is...
Can I just happen to run the place?
It's Benny's.
Benny's got a van?
That's right.
What for?
He just took a fancy to it.
But he can't even drive.
Well, he probably never gave any thought to that, did he?
So where's he going to keep it?
Well, it's...
My place. You can keep it in the drive.
Yeah, good on you, kid.
Right, well, you see to it tonight, don't you? Because it's taking up room.
No problem.
And who are CNA advertising?
Search me.
You had it written on your pad.
Oh, that, well, just a firm.
Do you know, I never would have guessed. What do they want?
Well, I wanted them, actually.
So what have you got to advertise?
Horses.
Horses?
Well, you know, tips and things, you know, information. There's a lot of money in that.
And where do you get this information from?
Do me a favour. With my vast knowledge of the game...
Well, do me a favour. Don't you dare give him our phone number.
Okay. It was just an idea. I've scrubbed it anyway, so... Don't
Good.
matter.
Oh, what the hell does Benny want a van for?
But the postal booking was made weeks ago. Look, here it is.
I did not see this, Mrs. Hunter.
But you must have seen it.
Look, he could have got taken straight into the office and left there. I mean, it has happened before.
Yes, I'm sure, because I would not have made the booking over the telephone had I known.
No, of course you wouldn't.
All right, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but please check and double-check if need be. We can't afford mistakes like this, you know.
Look, it's not serious. We can sort it out.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Hunter.
Mrs. Hunter,
Yes?
could I have my fortnight off next month?
A fortnight off?
Well, I am due for it.
Ah, yes, you are. I remember. You gave up your summer break.
I mean, I know it's short notice, but you see, Arthur's had this chance of a package holiday in Spain. One of the
Oh,
the men in
Glenda's
the
come back then?
Well, no, but we know where she is. She's in London. We've had a phone call. She's with my sister, so that's a great worry off our minds.
Oh, well, you go and enjoy it. It's the right time for it.
Although it's not very convenient for us.
Oh, come on, Barbara.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll have a word with my husband about it, Mrs. Brownlow, but no promises.
Oh, thank you. Could you let me know today, because there isn't a lot of time.
Oh, you go ahead and book it. I'll cover for you. Oh. I mean, the motel isn't going to come to a standstill if I have to act as the housekeeper for a couple of weeks.
Oh, thank you.
And don't worry too much about Mrs. Hunter. She's not her usual happy self. She's got a few problems.
Oh, I understand.
Can you give Mr. Ross a message, please? Oh, no. Well, I'll write one out myself and give it to him when he comes in. Okay, fine. Why does Paul Ross always take the day off just when I'm about to need him?
Perhaps he's psychic. Sees your bad moods coming. Sidesteps them.
By the way, Mrs. Brownlow says that we owe her 2 weeks' holiday. She'd like to take them next month.
And do we?
Jill says we do.
Then let her take them. Jill can be housekeeper.
All right.
Might we talk about our own rather more difficult problem? Before it seems to you to become worse than it really is.
Kate Hamilton.
I'm aware just how much you've had to put up with concerning her.
Are you?
I just said I was.
But how much am I going to have to put up with in the future? And what do you feel the duration of that future might be?
She is in deep trouble, Barbara.
Oh, David, I sympathize, I really do, but not to the extent of waiting around to see if your interest is not in the woman's troubles, but in the woman herself.
I have given you utterly no cause to fear that.
Perhaps not deliberately. And perhaps you're just blind. But you see, It's not the reasons that you might give that disturbs me. It's the reasons that she might give me. And is all too plainly showing me.
Barbara.
Oh, David, the woman's in love with you. And I'm not at all sure that she's entirely to blame. Where's your flat?
I said feel free.
Oh, why don't you join us? Eat with us.
I can't.
Why not?
I'm going out.
Where?
I've got a date.
You're lying.
Listen, I do have dates, you know. I have got this fantastic social life going.
Ash and me and you and Reg.
Oh, very cosy.
It won't be awful.
I told you, I've got a fella.
Make me feel better.
Look, you can have parties every night of the week as far as I'm concerned, but just count me out, okay? No, I've got a bloke.
Oh, has he got a van by any chance?
Do you what?
I was thinking of a certain friend of yours.
A van? Who's got a van?
Oh, she's interested.
My days in the backs of vans are over.
What a shame.
Who's got a van?
Benny.
Benny's got a van.
Do you know, I think it's gone through to her, yes.
Since when?
Since yesterday.
What for?
Wanted a big toy.
Sharon, I'm being serious.
Can't help you there, love. All I know is it's nice and it's white and it's parked in my forecourt, but it's going to get moved to Mac's place.
Yes. No, I'm sorry. We have a standing order with another firm for that sort of equipment. It would be a waste of time to send your rep. But yes, by all means, send your literature. Yes, good morning. Couldn't you have answered that?
Has my call come through that I made to London yet? Thank you. Mr. Standish, please. Yes, Barbara. Hello. Yes, fine. And you? Good. Yes, we do have to talk very soon. Yes, well, whenever it suits you. Fine. Yes, well, I look forward to it then. Okay. Goodbye. That was my literary agent.
Yes. I heard.
He wants me to announce my novel for next year.
Yes. I gathered that.
So he wants me to go to London to talk over ideas with him.
Yes, I concluded that.
So you'll understand that, you see, my time's been occupied with real-life drama here, and I just haven't had time to make up the fictional ones. So you'll understand that I have to confer in London for some considerable time.
Might I deduce what a considerable time might be?
I really don't know.
Did your agent suggest this to you, or did you suggest it to him?
I suggested it.
And what are you suggesting to me?
What do you suspect I am?
A trial separation?
A separation. But the trial's over.
Here, now you come and sit down, Kath. Shall I get you a brandy?
Oh, I don't need anything at all, thank you, Mrs. Harvey. I'll be all right in a minute. I don't know what came over me. I mean, I'm not the faintest sort at all.
Well, you've been under a lot of strain lately. I'm not surprised it's caught up with you. Look, what about a soda water instead?
Oh, yes, that would be nice, thank you.
And don't you go worrying about your holiday. Your husband's right, you know. You need a break.
Mrs. Hunter didn't seem at all pleased.
Yeah, well, you leave Mrs. Hunter to me. She's been a bit scratchy lately, but there won't be a problem.
You're very kind, Mrs. Harvey.
I'm not a bit kind. I just want to make sure you're all right. Now, look, why don't you go home and take the rest of the day off? You know, relax. We'll manage.
Oh, there's no need for that.
Well, I think there is. You've been under a lot of strain, and it's beginning to show. Now, if you're not very careful, you know, your husband is going to put his foot down and say you can't go on work.
Oh, fat chance. I'm too happy here.
Well, you do the sensible thing, then. Go home, put your feet up, and we'll see you in the morning.
Well, perhaps I will, then, if you're sure.
You've got to tell her.
You didn't tell her, did you?
No, not me, you.
But Sid and Mac said no.
Yeah, well, they would, wouldn't they?
It's a secret.
Now, listen.
Looks nice, though, doesn't it? The van. And, I mean, when we got the name all on
Benny,
the side...
will you listen to me, please? Now, there's no way you can start a rival organisation in this carriage.
What's that?
You'll be in competition.
Oh?
You'll be taking work away from Sharon.
No, we won't, because we'll be going out to him.
Oh, Benny.
Well, Sid says it's all right.
Well, he would, wouldn't he? Now, just supposing you get this thing off the ground, Sharon's going to find out, isn't she?
Oh?
Well, she will, just mark my words.
Look, how's she going to find out?
Well, she'll just look in her files and she'll see that somebody hasn't turned up for a service. She'll phone them up knowing Sharon and they'll say, that's all right. It's all been taken care of by us nice 3 blokes in the garage.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you'll be tumbled. Now, just tell her, will you?
I can't.
Why not?
Because Mac and Sid said no. They don't want nobody to know till it's all ready.
Oh, when would that be?
Well, I don't know.
Listen, Sharon's always been very good to you, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she deserves some consideration, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Right. So if I was you, I'd put her in the picture right from the word go.
Look, why don't you go and tell Mac and Sid?
I can't. It's none of my business.
No.
But you are, and I'm telling you, so you just think about it.
Kevin, is that you?
Glenda! It's me, Auntie
Iris! Oh, Lord. Oh, you frightened the life out of me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I weren't expecting you home.
Oh, what on earth are you doing here? I mean, not that I'm not glad to see you.
Well, I've come for Glenda's clothes. She gave me a key. I hope you don't mind.
No, of course I don't mind.
Sorry I missed you when you came down.
Oh, Glenda tells me that you're working in a restaurant.
Yeah, waitressing. It's a bit hard on the old plates, but the money's good. Especially the tips. You know, we've got kitties, share them out.
Oh, well, come and sit down, tell me all the news. We'll make a cup of tea before we go and sort the things out for Glenda.
Oh, I've almost finished. She gave me a list.
Oh, looks as if she's going to stay away some time then, does it?
Oh, it looks like it. She's gone right off Kev, that's for sure.
Did she tell you why?
About the baby? Yeah. Can't see what he's got against her having it myself, can you?
As a matter of fact, I'm not very keen myself. You see, I think it frightens Kevin. It certainly does me.
Well, there's nothing to be scared of. It's quite fashionable these days, test tube babies. Can't be much fun, though, eh? Starting them off. You all right, Auntie Kath? You're not looking too clever yourself.
Well, I'm feeling better now. It's seeing you, I think. But actually, I did have a funny turn at the motel, yes. That's why I'm here. Mrs. Harvey sent me home for a couple of hours' rest.
I'm not surprised. You've been through a lot lately, you have.
Still, I think I'll go back later. Show willing. You'll be all right on your own, will you?
Oh, yeah. I'll be pushing off as soon as I've finished.
I bumped into him down at the betting shop, and it turns out he's in the sign-writing business.
Well, yeah, but we want it done proper.
It'll be done proper. You know, cowboy, he's a skilled man. He's an artiste.
Oh.
I've seen some of his work. Very tasteful. He can do for us our name in 2-foot letters, right? In black and solid gold for 25 quid cash in hand. Think of that. Bessemer, that high. You couldn't miss it. That'd turn a few heads, wouldn't it?
Well, what if we was...
Especially if you like black and gold.
What?
Well, it was his suggestion, and I go along with it because... but we'll have to have a vote on it, of course, being a democratic setup.
Look, if we do all this without telling anybody...
Yeah, well, what are you worried about? Are you worried about the tax? Is that what you're worried about? Well, forget about it. Look, this is all up and above board, right? Full returns, everything declared, right? So what we're going to be looking for now is an accountant. That's the next thing. Listen, you know about that exhaust box, don't you? You know where it's got to come from? West Brom.
What?
Well, search me. We'll be here in the morning.
No, well, there's no hurry anyhow.
No hurry, the man says. Listen, man, we're moving. We're taking off. What do you think of black and gold?
What?
For the lettering on the van.
Oh, sounds great.
Good. Passed unanimous.
Sid.
Listen, would you like it classical or modern?
What are you on about now?
Well, style of lettering.
Oh, I'm easy. It makes no difference to me.
Well, it makes all the difference in the world. I mean, you know, a little gliss here and a flourish there goes a
Look,
long
what
way.
is if we were to...
I'd like the Victorian sort of 3D effect, you know.
Tell Sharon.
So it sticks out and... Tell Sharon what?
What about it all?
Are you crazy?
What's she gonna say?
Why not try me? Well,
Nothing.
I get asked my opinion on all sorts of things, but never nothing. It's funny that, isn't it? Sid?
Oh, well, it's just an idea, but, you know, it's not going to come off so.
Would it involve CNA advertising by any chance?
What?
I had them on the blower while you were at lunch. Something about a van?
Well,
Not a thing about horses. He's not going to turn that van of yours into a horse box by any chance, is he?
Oh, no, honest.
Good. Come clean, fellas. Mark? Sid, come on.
Well, okay, cover blown. You are now looking at the 3 managing directors of Bessemer Motors.
A sight for sore eyes. Enlighten me.
Tuning, services, breakdowns, anytime, anywhere.
Is this a splinter group? Am I in on this?
No, we're in on it on our own.
I see. Skimming off the cream.
We're not skimming anything off anyone.
It's my business. I'll decide that. Right set of charmers I got myself, haven't I?
You know what, fellas? I think we've blown it.
Oh, hello, David. Isn't Barbara going to join us for tea? I mean, if she doesn't turn up soon, I've got a problem that you'll have to help me deal with instead.
What problem?
Oh, it's Paul Ross. He's on again about restocking the cutlery. You know, he's had 3 reps in to see him, and he's got 6 estimates.
6?
Oh, 3 are what the reps calculate it's going to cost, and 3 are what Paul Ross reckons he can get it down to by offering special discounts. You know Paul's fault.
Yeah, well, Kate's got all the figures in her head. Speak to her about it.
You're not interested in handling this?
I'm not, at the moment, interested in handling anything, not even that.
Well, if you weren't, I don't think Kate should. I mean, Barbara's the one who's supposed to oversee any of Paul's decisions, especially if they threaten to blow our budget sky high.
Barbara won't be here to see to it.
Until when?
Till I don't know. She's as good as gone. She's going to London. Officially, it's a business trip. Officially.